My going rate is $1,000 per meet and then $4,000 per month.
$1,000 per meet.
Yeah.
Okay. So to be clear, they can offer $1,000 and you know they got to go through dinner, whatever, and they get the.
Yeah.
And you're finding them where?
On Hinge.
Truly is a sick world we're currently living in. If you're in the dating market right now, may God help you. Whether you're a man or a woman, there's so many hurdles and obstacles that you have to overcome just to make sure that the person you're talking to, the person that you actually want to be with, is even sane. Forget their baggage and background and traumatic experiences. Is this person even sane? Do they have an actual functioning brain? Do they have critical thinking skills? Can they think for themselves, or do they look to social media to have opinions and thoughts for them? So today we're going to get into a very interesting topic. Now, this doesn't apply to all people, but you have to understand, in this modern world that we're living in this modern dating pool that we're surrounded by, this is the expectation from modern women. Modern men can't get away with this. Now, some men are, the ones who are good looking, the ones that have things going for themselves. When women have infatuation and burning desire for you, as a man, you could probably get away with this type of behavior. It just depends though, because eventually that woman's gonna want to get that type of reciprocation back. So it is what it is. But at least for today's video, we have clips of women admitting that they charge men to go on dates with them, and how this should become a normal everyday thing. I got a lot of videos to show, so we're just gonna get right into it.
Here's a dating app where men deposit women for their pre-date expenses. It's called Courted, and the idea is that men pay a prepaid dating preparation deposit before going on a date to help cover things like a woman's hair appointment, nails, outfit, and any other expense that might come up before a date. The app has sparked controversy online, with some people praising the idea since beauty and date prep can be costly, while others criticize it, comparing it to modern day you know what. The founder, Amanda, stated the app would roll out one city at a time and said anyone interested in early access could sign up through the link in her TikTok bio. So what do you guys think? Is this doing too much, or is it valid?
The craziest thing about this app is the fact that it's based on simp culture. Simp culture. I gotta repeat that. Simp culture. And of course, yes, the app was created or proposed by a woman. So that kind of makes sense there. Women understand, especially modern women, understand that the handy dandy super simp will come to their savior at any minute. At a moment's notice, some simp ass, cuck ass, beta ass dude will come to their savior just because they're a woman. You have to understand, the idea behind this app isn't even chivalry. You can't even masquerade it as such. This is straight up escorting, prostitution. What about all these beauty standards that women talk about? Specifically modern women. They hate the beauty standards, but yet apps like this, created by another woman, are fueling that beauty standard. The fact that women have to get all dolled up and dressed up, put on makeup, just to look their best, just to go out on a date with a man. I swear, so many of these modern women want it both ways. They want to be able to not have to wear makeup, not have beauty standards, which is fine. Don't have men approach them because they're not a piece of meat after all. They're not an object. But at the same time, they want men's attention. They want them to buy drinks. They want them to spend money on their makeup and for them to get ready for this first date. They want them to pay for the first date. What is the right answer? They want everything. They want their cake and to eat it too. This is the foundation of this relationship. Whether we get together and stay together or not, we should meet each other at our truest form, who we really are, not some masquerade or disguise acting as if we're somebody else. That goes for men and women. The first interaction shouldn't even be a date. And what I mean by that is to a restaurant. It should just be something simple. Let's get to know each other. Let's get to know if we're even compatible. Let's get to know if we have the same values, principles, morals, ethics. Do we even like spending time with each other? Do we even like conversating with each other? That's what it should really be about, not dinner. I'm not trying to impress you. I don't care if you try to impress me. Do I even like you as a person? That's what really matters. This is the foundation of this relationship and or marriage and or family. Right here in the beginning stages of getting to know somebody. That whole courting thing, first date thing is all BS. That's not gonna make our relationship between each other any better. That's just to show out and impress, to try to win somebody over. Peacocking, showing your peacock feathers, whether it's to a man or to a woman, just to impress them, to make them fall for me. No, I want something real. We need to set this foundation right, because if I do end up marrying you or getting with you long term and having kids with you, I need to make sure that the way that we found each other is solid so we can build our future together. I don't want to meet this persona, this facade of a character that you're presenting yourself to be. What a fucking sucker, man. Come on, man. Like, you can't be more simp than this. The fact that she's willing to humiliate you and embarrass you, I don't know if you have her TikTok or not, but those two videos in themselves speak volumes to how she really feels about you. You're not her husband. You're not the dude she's infatuated with. You're not the dude she has burning desire for. No, you're just some simp cuck dude who's fulfilling a void that she has because the last man gave her a traumatic emotional experience. And that's unfortunate, but now she needs it back. So the next dude that she comes across is gonna have to pay for his mistakes. Oh, that's disgusting. That's sick. That's devious. That's diabolical. Could you imagine such a world where every single dating partner that you had is making you pay for the mistakes of the last dating partner she had? This isn't about love. This isn't about courting somebody, dating somebody, getting to know somebody, trying to build a foundation for a family, anything like that. This is about a lick, a finesse, getting over on this simp beta male cuck provider. This is all about resource extraction. It's just hard to even believe that this is a reality for some people, and it's so sad because as a woman, I feel bad for her. Like, damn, that dude did you so dirty, you feel like you need to get back at the next man. And then the dude in this situation, like, bro, how cucked are you where you feel the need to spend money on this woman? Because I can guarantee you it's not out of his own volition. No, she's probably forcing him, insisting on him to purchase things for her, essentially manipulating him. A relationship isn't based on transactions and, oh, what can you provide to me? What can you give to me? It's about something more than that. It's about building a foundation for a family. This right here is just a situationship. It's just a occurrence. This ain't nothing. This is no family. This is no relationship. This is embarrassing. The fact that she's making these videos showing that she's finessing you is further proof to this reality.
I'm charging guys for my time, and yeah.
And whatever happens in that time, it happens in that. Does that make it kind of more legal? Because it's like isn't it legal to charge guys for your time, not to charge guys for whatever the case may be?
Yeah, so what I thought was that like prostitution is charging for straight up sex, and escorting is like companionship, we're elite providers.
And just for the audience to know, calling someone a prostitute, it's offensive, right?
Personally, for me, I don't get offended when guys call me neither nor. If I'm gonna call myself like an escort, I might as well just call myself a prostitute because that's the worst form, I guess, like you said. But for me, if I just call myself that anyways, like,
it's almost like taking the ownership back.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, and for me, it's like how some strippers are like, I'm not a stripper, I'm a dancer. Like, to me too, I roll my eyes because I'm like, dude, whatever floats your boat. Because for me, you can do either or with me. I don't care. It's just like a label.
All I gotta say about her is at least she's admitting it, because technically it's true. Let's stop trying to sugarcoat it and act as if it's something different, especially the stripper one. Oh, I love that one. I'm just an exotic dancer. I'm not really a stripper. No, honey, you're a stripper. Own it. Own it. It is what it is. This is the line of work that you chose to get into. Let's not sugarcoat it now and act as if it's something that you had to do or it's something else. No, own it. Same thing for a lot of these women, especially the ones that are in these videos. Own it. Don't act as if, oh, this man in my past hurt me so bad, so that's why I'm making these new men trick off me and pay me just to spend time with them. Simply, you've accepted a prostitution mindset. Just accept it. It is what it is. Or maybe next time, stop giving your body up so easily. Stop falling in love with the feeling and instead falling in love with the actual man that he is. And if he isn't good enough, then don't be with him. Don't talk to him. You need to take full accountability and responsibility for the types of people, specifically men, that you surround yourself with and associate yourself with. Don't be mad now because somebody finessed you out some coochie. That was your doing.
Of women today act like escorts. If a man has to pay you for your time in order to go out with you, you're an escort, okay? Because us regular girls are not charging men money to take us out on a date.
And see, this is the reality. This mindset is messing up the entire modern dating pool, because now a dude is going to think all women are like this. He's not going to want to shell out any money. He's not going to want to take you to a dinner because now he's expecting or thinking that all you women are the same and you all are money hungry and you all just want to finesse me so you can get a meal tonight, so you don't have to pay for groceries this week. And that's exactly what happened with men approaching women. Too many dudes are getting shot down, rejected. Women are saying on TikTok that they don't want men to approach them. They're ugly. They're shit on the bottom of their shoe. So now men are like, well, I'm just gonna wait then. If you want me, you can come up to me. It is what it is. Now men are like, if you want me, you can take me out to a dinner, or at least we can keep it mutual, split it down the middle, or we could just go on a walk. We can go get some coffee and just chill out. How about nobody invests yet until we know that we actually really like each other? So honestly, modern women screwed it up for everyone. But wait, there's more. It was truly simps, because the only way modern women got this idea, got this ideology, this mentality that men are gonna do this is because simps are doing it. Like I said, simps will bring down civilizations and societies they have in the past just to get validation, attention, and pleasure from a woman. So the true culprit to all of this stuff is simps, because they're the ones that are actually doing it. A woman could say how much she wants a first date and for a man to court her and spend all this money on her, but if no man does it, then it doesn't matter what she wants. Now, if a simp does it, now that reinforces her delusion and her fantasy, and now she thinks that it's reality when it really isn't. That's an isolated incident that only happens once in a lifetime. Just because the NFL or NBA player wanted to sleep with you doesn't mean that all of a sudden your standard is now NBA and NFL players. That was an isolated incident that's once in a lifetime. They didn't want to commit to you, they just wanted to sleep with you. That's it. You got to know the difference.
My going rate is $1,000 per meet and then $4,000 per month.
$1,000 per meet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's like a $4,000.
$1,000 per meet. How are you coordinating this? So you just find people and you tell them $1,000 for a meet.
Yeah.
Okay. So Brandon over there, he meets you. $1,000.
Hi, Brandon.
$1,000.
Yeah.
You make money, so I guess you can. I don't think it's in the budget for this show, so we'll let him test it. Okay. $1,000 for a meet.
Yes.
Tell me how the meet goes.
It's usually like a dinner date. They pay for my dinner and stuff, and then we go back to their place and do whatever they want.
French fries and some snatch for the 1.5 don't sound too bad.
Whatever they want.
Whatever they want.
Whatever they want?
Whatever they want. I charge extra for some things. Like this guy wanted me to piss on his hand.
What did you charge for pee hand?
$500 on top.
So to be clear, they can offer $1,000 and you know they got to go through dinner, whatever, and they get the.
Yeah.
And you're finding them where?
On Hinge.
And you're just saying $1,000 to.
No, that's not what I start with, but I'm like, do you want to spoil me? And then the sugar daddies are like, yeah. And then I tell them, and they're like, okay. Sugar daddies.
How often
like
is this happening?
Like sugar dadding is a kink.
Sure, but also I'm sure some guys just kind of want to fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
And $4,000 a month?
That's like an allowance if you want to see me like whenever you want.
And they can whenever.
Yeah. And then, but they need to like provide for me when I'm with them. Like they're not, like I'm not going there and spending my own money.
They put in the service.
Yeah.
But then they get the.
Yeah.
So obviously, right off the bat, the types of men that are engaging in this type of behavior are simp beta male cucks. I'm not even going to get into the ad hominem attacks here, but for that price point, I'm pretty sure you could find way better. If you're going to trick, if you're going to be a simp, at least do it well. And I'm going to tell you why they specifically do it with this woman right here. It's because she's the average everyday woman. They understand the 10 out of 10, the 9 out of 10, the 8 out of 10, the even 7 out of 10 is out of their reach to do this type of behavior with. But they understand the average looking woman, the 5 out of 10, the 4 out of 10, oh, she's going to be down. And especially if she's with the shits already, she already does this type of behavior. She's meeting these men on the dating apps and her bio already says, yeah, I'm with the shits, pay to play. Oh, these men are going to have a field day. From the outside looking in, no one would believe that this is the reality. But when you're in that world, when you're a down bad beta male simp cuck provider, the more attainable the woman looks to you, because this looks like an average everyday woman. This isn't some model in Dubai with the porta potty. No, this is the girl next door that nobody really found attractive. And because of that reality, I feel like more than likely she's gonna let me be my true self, my weird little incel weirdo self. That's the only reason possible she has any type of clientele. I don't necessarily knock the hustle, but just understand, you simp beta male cuck providers, this is your doing. This is your reality. If dumbasses like you are willing to fall for it, then women like this should be able to monetize from it.
So ladies, I'm sitting in my car and I done came up with an idea. You know how you go get your hair done, but before you get your hair done, you have to put down a deposit. Before you get your lashes done, you have to put down a deposit. Before you get your nails done, you have to put down a deposit, right? And if you don't show up, you do not get that deposit back. So I done came up with an idea. We should start charging these men deposit to date us. Like we should start charging them a fee to date us. Like a 30-day trial. You pay like $1,000 to date us. So, and if they don't do right by us within them 30 days, we keep the money. I'm just saying, like, I think we should start charging men to date us. I'm talking about single women. I think we should start charging them. I think we should start charging men to date us. So, you know, we would get something out of the deal. Like, because if you charging them to date you, they're going to do right. And if they want to date you, they're going to pay. So, yeah, I just think we should start charging. You can't go wrong.
And that's how you know this isn't really for love. This isn't really for companionship, to build a family with, to build this solid foundation for the family. No, this is just to finesse, to get tricked on, to make the man today pay for the men of the past. This is a hurt woman's game. This is the traumatized, emotionally drained woman's game, because they feel like the only way I can make up for all those traumatic experiences, all those times those bad boys treated me wrong, is to now look for the new guy that's gonna simp and trick on me. Ma'am, how about you just go to therapy? How about you understand and come to an understanding that what happened in the past happened in the past. Some situations may be hard to come to closure with, but it is something that we must do to continue to live our lives truly. Chalk it up to a life experience. Chalk it up to the game. Understand your mistakes. Take accountability, take responsibility, and move on. I'm not trying to victim blame. I'm not trying to force anyone into thinking that necessarily what happened was their fault, because somebody else had to play a part, play a role in that action, in that behavior. But at the same time, you need to take full responsibility and accountability for your doings, for the things that you did wrong. Because you understand now, yeah, I probably shouldn't have been in that situation. Yeah, I probably should have not gave myself too much to that man where he felt like he can control me and do this and that to me, whatever the case may be.
So, I'm back with another why I think women should charge men to date them. Because it is men out here that are using women for money. It is men out here that are finessing women out of money. It is men out here that are finessing women to take care of their lifestyle just to impress other women. So, what is the difference? Because y'all don't never talk about how men are gold diggers and how they sleep with women for money, or how they finesse women out of money. Y'all always trying to downplay the women, when it's men out here want to be women doing the same exact thing. So it's real men out here, but it's also men that are not real men that some women need to charge to date them. If you are a nice looking woman, you're well put together, you got your head on straight, you handle your business, they go after them type of women. So therefore, what is wrong with charging men a deposit to date you? And I'm not talking about sleep with you. I'm talking about go on dates with you and get to know this person before you go in too deep.
She just exposed some crucial information. She self-snitched on the girlies. At the beginning, she just admitted that women out here are tricking off on dudes. I told you, if you're really that guy, if she's infatuated with you, if she has burning desire for you, trust me, she will trick off on you. Now, I'm not saying that that's the end goal, but just understand that type of mindset where a woman is willing to cooperate, support you, do what you gotta do, that's the woman that you want. I'm not necessarily saying that she has to trick on you, but if you're that guy to her, oh, she will. And now you understand the bigger picture. A lot of these dudes are creating these types of women. These women that are monsters, that are out here trying to humble men. Oh, it's created by a simp, for sure. Like I always say, simps will do, say, become anyone in order to get the attention, validation, and pleasure from a woman. A true masculine man is purpose-bound. If he so happens to get with a woman, more than likely, he's gonna stay with that woman until the end, unless something happens within the relationship. Only a simp, the true infatuation with a woman, only a simp beta male will become a pseudo alpha male, which is cringe to say, just so that he can knock down all these different women and fulfill this void that he has for female validation, attention, and pleasure. Most men are good men. Most men are willing to get with one woman, not even be promiscuous, and stay with that woman to the end. But these simp beta male cucks out here, because yes, they can be pseudo alpha, are willing to run through these women, be promiscuous, damage all these women in the process, and now we got these women destroying the whole dating pool as well from the female side because of their bad experiences with these pseudo alpha men that are running through women. A man's purpose is not to be promiscuous. It's to be fruitful and multiply with the women under his protection, his wives. Life isn't always just about monogamy. It could also be polygyny. You have to understand, a true masculine man can take on multiple women because he can provide for those multiple women. He covers them. He has the emotional fortitude, the psychological, physical fortitude, the spiritual fortitude, but these beta male simp cucks don't. So what do they do to have multiple women? They don't take them on as wives. No, they're just promiscuous. They just sleep with women of the night and that's it. They have one night stands. They get into situationships, go back and forth with a woman for months on end, but nothing serious. I said it before in one of my other past videos. These beta male simp cuck providers will do, say, and become anyone in order to get with multitude of women. They understand. Emotionally, they can't handle multiple women as wives. They're not fit to do it. That's why monogamy works for a majority of people in general. Only the strong can take on multiple wives. So what's the next best, closest thing? Is just be promiscuous as a man. And they damage these women in the process. A true masculine man, what does he do? He's able to take on multiple wives because shit, from a masculine perspective, from a sociological perspective, a mental perspective, a spiritual perspective, he has creed, code, ethics, values, morals. He can take on multiple women. A simp beta male cuck provider cannot. They can only be promiscuous and in turn damage these women in the process. A true man of purpose can take on multiple women, take on wives specifically. His purpose is to be fruitful and multiply with as many wives as he can. A simp beta male cuck provider, the best he can ever do. His ultimate goal is to get attention, validation, and pleasure from a multitude of women, but never fruitful with them. He has no purpose.
I don't know about you, but I personally need to date somebody that is either more ambitious than me or just as ambitious as me. And I say this because it's like, this is again, the partner that you choose to marry, the person you choose to wake up to every freaking morning. I need to wake up and look at my man and be like, oh my God, he's so inspiring. Like, look at him go, look at him do life, and vice versa. He needs to also be able to like see me and be like, oh my gosh, look at her. She's so inspiring. Like, we both motivate each other every single day. We wake up, we see each other. We're like, oh, I gotta keep growing. I gotta keep going. And we're going and growing together simultaneously. Like, that's part of the reason why I have a strict program, because I don't want to worry about petty little things. Like, I don't want to worry about the bare minimum, aka loyalty, aka, you know, the way that I see it. I've always said it this way: don't do anything that's going to disrespect the team. And if you disrespect the team, you are disrespecting yourself because you're part of the team. Like, it's not that hard to comprehend. Like, let me explain it to you in sports terminology if you need that. But yeah, like, every single time I think about this, I'm like, I need to make sure when I see my man, my future husband, anytime I wake up next to him, I'll be like, yo, you're inspiring. And vice versa. It should be the same way.
This sounds good and everything's all fine, but just understand, a man that's truly on his purpose, a masculine man, is never going to be inspired by a woman. He's going to be inspired by himself, by his vision, by his dreams, the things that were set upon him before getting with a woman was ever thought of in his mind. It's funny too, because most of the time, traumatic experiences are what really shape men. It really gets them into that mindset of purpose-driven behavior. If you're a dude out here, you just so happen to be in a relationship and all of a sudden you're getting motivated and inspired by your woman, yeah, I don't know. I don't really think you're that masculine. I can't really call you a man. So be it. Some people might have a problem with that, but men are not being motivated by women to do better for themselves. That's just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. Where's the idea of conquest? Where's the idea of to conquer yourself? So all of a sudden, a woman has to put that ideology, that idea into your head that you have to go out and conquer and become a man. For her, it doesn't make sense. It's backwards. Therefore, it's meaningless.
I want flowers weekly in a relationship. That's just the standard. And he was like, flowers weekly? That's just insane. That's nuts. No way. I said, no way to you. I simply said, what you're not willing to do, the next man will. Who gets mad? He gets mad. Then I asked him, why do you think that's so crazy? And he was like, it takes away from the value of getting surprise flowers, you know, every once in a while. If you get them weekly, you won't appreciate them anymore. What the hell? Who that gets flowers weekly would stop appreciating them? Maybe if someone's ungrateful out there, maybe you. But I feel like weekly flowers, knowing you thought about me Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever you pick them up, I'm like, oh, I love you. Thank you. Do more men think that? They think that the more they get a woman flowers, the less they mean something? What? Back to him getting upset, I was like, yeah, another man will be willing to do it. And he was like, wait, what? Like, why would you say that? Because it's true. Even one thing that a man hates about me, the next one's gonna love. One thing that a man's not willing to do, the next one will do, like, without me asking. It's so, like, frustrating. First of all, I don't even like to argue with men because it's like, good, get out of my face. But having to make a man understand the mind of a woman is just, I just feel like they either have it or they don't. Like, the understanding. Because that was an insane conversation. If I tell you I want flowers every week, you better be at Trader Joe's every damn week. I'm not even asking you to make me a bouquet, although that would be nice. Love that. Just some flowers. You don't have $15, $20 to spare every week?
This is useless. At the end of the day, who cares about some damn flowers? We're trying to conquer the world here. We're trying to conquer ourselves as men and women. If we're in a relationship together, we're building the foundation for our family. Who gives a damn about what you get on a weekly or daily basis? That's the reason why so many people are average. I don't give a damn if you make 6 figures a year. You're still average in terms of purpose, in terms of conquest. What is the deeper meaning to your life? I'm not even saying that you have to make a significant amount of money, but why are you living on a daily basis? Just so that you can binge watch that Netflix show? Just so you can go out and be promiscuous? Just to prove to people that don't even care about you that you're worth something? What's your life really about? People talking about these days how they don't want to have kids, they don't want a legacy. Then why are you even here? Do you understand what your forefathers had to go through? And I'm specifically talking about your lineage, the people that you come from. They suffered, survived, thrived through so many eras, so many situations, so many down bad things that we can't even imagine today, just for their seed, their great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchild, grandson, granddaughter, just to say that they want to live a soft life and not do shit. They just want to be on their phone scrolling all day. What kind of fucking man are you? What kind of woman are you? Man, these people make me sick for real. And then they wonder why they have depression. And then they wonder why their entire lives are in shambles because they have no purpose. They're not working towards anything deeper. Who gives a fuck about dating and all this other shit? Where's the meaning? Where's the foundation to something better? I get it. Maybe you don't want to have children. Well, your bloodline dies with you. On to the next. That's natural selection for you. That's survival of the fittest for you right there. They are taking themselves out on their own just because they don't want to bring a child up in this generation. Oh, it's too hard. Oh, the morals and well, how about you instill something? How about you believe in something? I'm not even saying being religious. How about you believe something real on this planet that you've experienced yourself? Why don't you put that into your sons and daughters? Why don't you try to make a better legacy, a better lineage for your people? But people don't want to hear that. It's too much. They'd rather hit the vape, sit on their ass all day, and complain on the internet. I'm going deep today because I really get passionate about this stuff. Why do people even live? We see people bitching every day on the internet and the problems, the trials and tribulations that they're going through, but it doesn't even mean anything because you have no purpose. You're not even working towards anything. These people don't talk about how they want family, how they want children, how they want to better their lineage, they want to better their people, and this and that. They're not even talking about that. So why do they even want to date? It's just so that they're not lonely. Oh, so now we're starting to understand. It's just so that they're not lonely when they're scrolling on their phone all day. At least somebody will be next to them. They don't want that person next to them to have kids with and build this foundation of everlasting purpose and generational influence. No, it's not that. It's just to be average. A lot of you people out here make me sick.
So I just saw a post of a woman who says that she is now taking $1,000 deposit in order to go out on a date with her. And I just want to run that back. She is requiring $1,000 as a deposit for a man to take her out on a date. And I just want to understand this. Like, how and what is the difference? How y'all see this as something different than an escort service? So you mean to tell me it is pay for play and you're cool with that? Like, we're advertising now that a man can throw $1,000 your way and he is buying your time. That is literally no different than an escort service. And if it goes any further than, you know, regular escorting someone from place to place, that's prostitution. So I'm just wondering why it is that y'all somehow feel like you're taking power back. Just, if you don't want to go on dates, if you don't want to be around men, if you don't want men to come for you and spend time with you, like, just say that. Just say that. Because at this point, it's absurd to say that a man is going to pay $1,000 as a deposit, and that is now supposed to be a regular standard. And then when you go to the comments, like, it's women defending this, talking about men don't even have $1,000 in their bank account to be complaining about this. Like, what are we saying? Are we saying that you are okay with your worth being that a man can basically buy you? Are you saying that you're expecting your sons to put $1,000 deposit in order to take a girl on a date? Is that, like, you're cool with your brothers doing that? Like, what are we saying? Like, how far are y'all really trying to take this? Because at this point, it's just really not making any sense.
And that's why I said before on that little rant that I went on, what are these people's purpose? What's the point of even getting into a relationship if it's not for children, if it's not for family? Like I said, it's just so that they're not lonely anymore. It's just so that someone can make up for their traumatic experiences that they've experienced in their life. The reason why we're here, whether you like it or not, is simply just to reproduce and pass our genes to the next generation. Everything else is man-made, which is fine. You can still find deeper purpose within man-made institutions, ideologies, and so on. That's fine. But from a biological need, from an evolutionary perspective, our only purpose here is to reproduce. And people can't even do that. They can't even do that correctly. They can't even find somebody to settle down with, build this foundation of solitude on, and then raise these damn kids. That's just asking for too much. And if you don't want kids, that's fine. So be it. It's probably best that you're not a parent. Just understand, your bloodline dies out with you. Natural selection, survival of the fittest, it doesn't even have to play its role because you just taking yourself out at that point. So be it. Remember, understand, the strongest genes survive. Only the strongest genes can survive. That's the way Mother Nature has always had it. Only the strongest survive. If you're not mentally fit to think that you can bring children into this life, or you're so caught up in civilization, this modern society that we have, that you're willing to end your bloodline with you just for materialism, modern convenience, and consumerism, good luck. It's really fucking sad.
Made dating into like high-key prostitution. Like, y'all are really trying to slide it like it's not. Like, hey, I done gave you my time and my time costs. And they like, for a date? I feel like the date is the payment. Like, I feel like me take you out to dinner, that's not enough compensation. You're like, no, I got bills to pay. I don't got time to waste. Well, why are you on this date? You didn't have to accept it. You could have said no. Like, I'm not in a place in my life where I can date right now. Like, y'all will accept dates and then want a man to pay for your time. Tell me that ain't prostitution. If y'all don't quit fucking playing, if you just selling that coochie, just say that. Say this cooch for sale. My time is for sale. Say I am a high key escort, but I want to keep it low key. Cause that's what y'all are giving.
All right, that's about it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are still here, I really do appreciate it. I had to go on a little rant there because at the end of the day, all these people are complaining about dating, but they have no true purpose. They don't even necessarily want kids. They don't even necessarily want a family. So why are you so pressed that you can't get a significant other? And not only that, as a woman, you don't even want your man to lead you. You don't even want to listen to a man. So why do you want to have a significant other? It's just so that he can buy you things and basically sponsor your life. Any woman that actually wants to be with a man, oh, she's gonna be willing to take heed of information and things that he says. Obviously, if he's not a competent leader, then don't listen to him, drop him, go to the next man. But if he is competent, then why wouldn't you listen to him? If your sole purpose, if what you believe you are put on this planet to do is to raise children, to build a family, have influence, have some type of deeper understanding, purpose about yourself, about your lineage, then this is the way. Consumerism, modern convenience, materialism, all that shit does not matter. What always mattered, a universality, is family. There wouldn't be human beings on this planet if it wasn't for reproduction, family, communities, sticking together. Look at the fall of Rome. They had an advanced civilization for the time. Modern convenience, materialism, consumerism, and that shit fell to the ground. Meaning it doesn't matter. What matters is people. Good people. Be good to good people. Be good to yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.